Welcome back to Titan Growth Academy, the place where we turn pages into life-changing action. Today, we're diving into a book that has been called the Operating Manual for Success. It's a book that has transformed millions of lives, including mine. The Compound Effect by Darren Hardy. Now, before we start, let me ask you something. Have you ever felt like you're working hard, really hard, but somehow you're not getting anywhere? Maybe you're putting in the hours at work, but your bank account doesn't show it. Maybe you're trying to get in shape, but the scale won't budge. Maybe you're reading books, listening to podcasts, learning new skills, but your life still feels stuck. If that sounds like you, then this book is going to be a wake-up call. Because here's the truth that most people don't want to hear. Success isn't about one big breakthrough. It's not about luck. It's not about talent. It's about something much simpler and much more powerful. It's about the compound effect. And by the end of this episode, you're going to know exactly how to use it to transform your income, your health, your relationships, and your entire life. So grab your headphones, get comfortable, and let's begin. What is the compound effect? Let's start with a story. Imagine you have two friends, Alex and Sam. Alex decides to make one small change. Every day he reads 10 pages of a good book. That's it, just 10 pages. Sam, on the other hand, decides to do nothing different. Same routine, same habits. At the end of the first week, nothing changes. You can't tell the difference between Alex and Sam. After 1 month, still nothing. Alex has read 300 pages, maybe one book, but in terms of knowledge, wisdom, mindset, you can't see it yet. After 6 months, Alex has read about 15 to 20 books. Now when you talk to him, you notice something different. He has new ideas, new perspectives, new confidence. After 1 year, Alex has read over 30 books. His thinking has shifted, his decisions are smarter, his opportunities are growing. After 5 years, Alex and Sam are living completely different lives. Alex has read hundreds of books. He's become an expert in his field. He's been promoted. He's started a side business. He's financially free. Sam is still waiting for his big break. This is the compound effect. Darren Hardy opens the book by explaining that we live in a world obsessed with quick fixes. We want the 7-day diet, the get-rich-quick scheme, the overnight success. But real success doesn't work that way. Real success works like a savings account with compound interest. You put in a little, then a little more, then a little more, and at first it looks like nothing is happening. But then, slowly, quietly, invisibly, it starts to grow. And then, one day, you wake up and you're rich. The compound effect is the principle of reaping huge rewards from small, consistent actions over time. And here's the most important part. It works both ways. Just as small positive habits compound into massive success, small negative habits compound into massive failure. Think about it. Gaining 10 kilograms doesn't happen in one weekend of eating junk food. It happens from one extra cookie every day for 2 years. Going broke doesn't happen from one big purchase. It happens from buying coffee every morning, eating out every night, and never tracking where your money goes. Losing a relationship doesn't happen from one big fight. It happens from one small neglect, one unkind word, one broken promise, day after day after day. The compound effect is always at work. The question is it working for you or against you? Section 2. Your choices, the power of responsibility. Now, Darren Hardy hits us with a truth that might be uncomfortable. He says, you are 100% responsible for your life. Not your parents, not your boss, not the economy, not your bad luck. You.
And here's why this is actually great news. If you're responsible for your problems, that means you're also responsible for your solutions. You have the power to change things. Hardy shares a powerful concept called the choice point. Every moment of your life, you are at a choice point. You can choose one path or another. And those choices, especially the small, seemingly insignificant ones, determine your destiny. Let me give you an example from the book. It's 6 a.m. Your alarm goes off. You have a choice. You can hit snooze and sleep for another 30 minutes, or you can get up and go for a run. That one choice seems small. Who cares if you skip one run, right? But that choice leads to another choice. If you skip the run, you might feel a little guilty, so you grab a donut on the way to work. That donut leads to a sugar crash at 10 a.m., so you drink a sugary coffee to wake up. That coffee keeps you up late, so you're tired the next morning, and then you hit snooze again. One small choice leads to another small choice, and before you know it, you've built a life of mediocrity. But flip it. You wake up and go for that run. You feel energized. You eat a healthy breakfast. You're focused at work. You finish early and have time to read. You go to bed on time. You wake up ready to do it again. One small choice compounds into a different life. So here's the question Hardy wants us to ask ourselves every day. Will this choice move me toward my goals or away from them? Because there is no neutral. Every choice counts.
Now we get to the heart of the book, habits. Darren Hardy says, your life today is essentially the sum of your habits. Want to know what your future looks like? Look at your habits. How much money will you have in 10 years? Look at your spending habits today. How healthy will you be in 10 years? Look at your eating and exercise habits today. How strong will your relationships be? Look at how you treat people today. Habits are the compound interest of self-improvement. And here's what makes habits so powerful. They run on autopilot. Think about it. You don't have to decide every morning whether to brush your teeth. It's automatic. You just do it. That's the goal, to make your positive habits so automatic that you don't have to use willpower to do them. But how do you build habits that stick? Hardy gives us a simple but powerful formula. 1. Start small. Don't try to change everything at once. Pick one habit. Make it so small it's almost ridiculous. Want to exercise? Start with 1 push-up a day. Want to read more? Start with 1 page a day. Want to save money? Start with $1 a day. The key is consistency, not intensity. 2. Track your progress. Hardy is obsessed with tracking. He says what gets measured gets improved. Get a calendar. Every day you do your habit, put an X on that day. Don't break the chain. 3. Create a routine. Habits stick when they're attached to a trigger. For example, after I brush my teeth at night, I will read 1 page. Or, after I pour my morning coffee, I will write down my top 3 priorities for the day. And 4, be patient. Remember, this is the compound effect. You won't see results in a week. You might not see them in a month, but keep going. The magic happens in the long run.
Now, let's be real for a moment. Building new habits is hard. Staying consistent is even harder. Darren Hardy knows this, so he gives us tools to keep going when things get tough. First, momentum. He explains that momentum is like a train. Getting a train started takes a massive amount of energy, but once it's moving, it's hard to stop. Same with habits. The first few days are the hardest. Your brain is fighting you. Your old habits are pulling you back. But if you push through, something magical happens. The habit becomes easier. It becomes automatic. And then momentum carries you forward. Second, the no exceptions rule. Hardy says, never miss twice. Everyone slips up. You'll have a bad day, you'll skip your workout, you'll eat the junk food, you'll waste an evening on your phone. That's fine, it happens. But don't let one slip turn into 2. Don't let one bad day turn into a bad week. If you miss a day, get back on track immediately. The compound effect is forgiving, as long as you don't break the chain for too long. Third, environment. Hardy says, don't rely on willpower. Design your environment for success. Want to stop eating junk food? Don't keep it in your house. Want to read more? Put a book on your pillow. Want to save money? Unsubscribe from shopping emails. Make the right choice the easy choice.
Influences. The people and media you consume. Here's something most self-help books don't talk about. Your influences. Darren Hardy says, you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. Think about your closest friends. Are they ambitious? Are they positive? Are they growing? If not, it's time to make some changes. Hardy isn't saying you should dump your friends, but he is saying you should be intentional about who you spend time with. Surround yourself with people who lift you up, people who challenge you, people who are ahead of you. And it's not just people, it's also the media you consume. What are you watching? What are you reading? What are you listening to? If you start your day with negative news, you're poisoning your mind. If you end your day with mindless scrolling, you're wasting your potential. Be ruthless about what you allow into your brain. Hardy suggests doing a media detox. For 30 days, cut out all negative or useless media. No gossip, no news, no trash TV. Replace it with books, podcasts, and conversations that make you better. You'll be amazed at the difference it makes. Accelerating results. How to double your speed. Now, here's where it gets exciting. Once you've built momentum with the compound effect, you can actually accelerate your results. How? By going above and beyond. Hardy calls this the acceleration phase. Let's go back to the savings account analogy. If you put in $100 a month, after 10 years, you'll have a nice sum. But if you put in $200 a month, you'll have double. Same with habits. Once you've mastered the basics, it's time to turn up the intensity. Read 2 pages instead of 1. Do 20 push-ups instead of 10. Save $50 a week instead of 10. But here's the catch. Don't accelerate too soon. First, build the habit. Make it automatic. Then add more. Hardy warns against the all-or-nothing mindset. People try to change everything at once, burn out, and quit. Slow and steady wins the race, but once you're steady, it's time to get faster. Real-life success stories. Before we wrap up, let me share a few real-life examples of the compound effect in action. Example 1. The writer. There's a famous author who wrote 1 page a day for a year. At the end of the year, he had a 365-page book. That book became a bestseller. Example 2. The athlete. A professional athlete improved by just 1% every day. At the end of the season, he was 365% better. He broke records. Example 3. The investor. Warren Buffett didn't become rich overnight. He started investing small amounts as a teenager. He let compound interest work for 70 years. Now he's one of the richest people on earth. The compound effect works in every area of life, if you let it. Final lessons and practical application. So, how do you actually apply all of this starting today? Here's a simple 3-step plan. Step 1. Pick one area of your life you want to improve. Just one. Don't try to change everything. Step 2. Identify one small habit that will move you forward. Make it so small you can't say no. Step 3. Do it every single day. Track it. Don't break the chain. And remember, be patient. Trust the process. The results are coming.
And that's The Compound Effect by Darren Hardy. If you enjoyed this summary, please take a moment to like, subscribe, and share this episode with someone who needs to hear it. Remember, small choices consistently made lead to extraordinary results. Start today, start small, and let the compound effect work its magic. Thanks for listening. I'll see you in the next episode.